Hey guys, I have been wanting to play Stormbor's build for quite some time now, and I have not played it since it got a slight change in 3.3. It now deals more damage with projectiles and basically has smaller difference between projectile damage and explosion damage. So it doesn't feel that bad to just continuously channel it for damage. And the idea that I wanted to do is Deadeye and to get a lot of projectile speed and mainly use Stormbor's for clear speed. However, it seems the more projectile speed I have, the worse my single target damage becomes. So while I was leveling, I had to adapt and started using casual charring with ball lighting, which doesn't really solve any single target issues, but it does help with the clear speed a lot, and I currently have 50% increased projectile speed. Now, why Deadeye, you may ask? Well, initially I was planning to use GMP, also get endless munition for one extra projectile, and then use Snake Pit Ring, and then stack a bunch of gas speed, including Tailwind, and also get a powerful precision node, which gives 100% increased critical strike chance, because my Stormburst and ball lighting pierces all the time. Basically the idea was just to stack so many projectiles that I would overlap many of those explosions because of endless munition, which also gives 50% increased area of effect, and this way hopefully get a very solid single target damage potential. But like I said at the start, the more projectile speed I got, the less effective it became against single target. So this build is still very much work in progress. I just wanted to make a quick video and talk about my current build, and also briefly mention that I'm not gonna be releasing full build guide video for Unnerf, Kitava's Phase helmet with Volatile Dead and Cremation. It just was unpleasant to play with, mapping was kind of slow and sluggish and clunky, and single target potential was also very unreliable and well, unpleasant. I did manage to do tier 14 Elder and his Guardians, but it was just not pleasant. And now back to this build. In terms of items, originally like I said I was planning on using Snake Pit and Call of the Brotherhood Ring, but at this point getting extra projectile doesn't feel like worth it, especially because I don't have a lot of life. So instead of Snake Pit I decided to use Shaped Ring with a lot of life and life gain on hit by your spells. And to solve my mana issues I am using Watcher's Eye, which does give me mana leech while affected by Wrath. And I'm not too sure about the rest of the items. I may be changing most of them, if not all. 6-link Lore Weave does give a lot of damage, but I may need more life. And my 2 daggers from the temple may be replaced with something else, maybe even just with a single weapon and a shield, which would also give life. I may also use a pseudo 5 or pseudo 6-link helmet for lighting Spire Trap for a single target, or maybe just gonna use some Val skill just for the single target. But I don't really want to rely on Val skills because you can't really charge them up before going into the Shaper fight or Elder fight. Also, using Orb of Storms with power charge on crit is not very reliable way to maintain your power charges against single target, so maybe I'll try to get a weapon corruption to get chance for power charge on critical strike, or maybe in the end a Wand, which generates power charge when you spend 200 mana, but then I could not use Willing Blade for fast movement. As for the passive skill tree, as you can see, went for the life, got the phase acro and then crit nodes, more life, more crit nodes, going to the witch area and gonna get more crit damage multiplier and maybe 1 power charge. And currently I am level 72, so I still got like 13 points to improve this build before I get bored of this build. But from what I can tell, the clear speed is definitely good, at least in my opinion, but a single target will definitely be lacking, unless magically lighting Spire Trap will deal insane amount of damage somehow. Anyway, that's just my thought process of making a build. I will most likely take another 2 days to refine this build. So for now, thank you for watching and see you soon.